Yo, legends. So coming up in this video, I'm going to go out in nature and just going to be me, be raw, and go into it a little bit about letting go, how we don't necessarily really need to deal with our dark shadow, dark night of the soul, purging, all of this stuff. It's much easier than what we realise, and I'm going to go into that. Just a short video, about 20 minutes. And yeah, it's much easier. I'll give a few tips along the way. And yeah, the Ascension's close. The next few months are very significant. September especially, the activity of the sun. Anyway, I'll explain this in nature. Thank you. See you soon. Peace. Yo, legends. So I'm out in nature, and this video is a little bit about letting go, slowing down, trusting the process, taking one thing at a time. Yeah, a little bit about how easy things actually should be. We don't always have to like, you know, try and shatter our ego, face our darkest side. You know, the dark night of the soul is something that sometimes, yeah, we do go through at different stages. But at this very time, those highest ascended souls, those tribe of the rainbow, the ones that are gonna become the first leaders, the first of the select chosen ones to rise in different geometric locations worldwide. They would have already gone through the dark night of the soul, fact. And not just once either. And not like, I'm not talking like for a few hours, I'm talking many times. Not just during their life, but especially during 2020. If you resonate with what I'm saying, you know exactly what I mean. Because the dark night of the soul is, yeah, you can get taken to places and things that you've done in your life, and you can meet the devil face to face, but it's not always diminishing your ego. It's not always a fact of, you know, like being crippled mentally and psychologically crippled with such overwhelming anxiety, putrid darkness, fear of failure, worrying so much about the future, literally being suicidal to the point where you're just like, oh my God, you've got no hope. That's a little bit, you know, the dark night of the soul. You meet your shadow. But our darkest shadow is, we are all in one way or the other victims. Yeah, we've got free will and everything. So I get that. But this is about letting it go and not forcing things, and just understanding that our angels have got our back, and nothing needs to be so hard. Facing fears is much easier than what we realise, because on a surface level we're like, oh my God, can I really, like, say if you've got social anxiety, you're like, really, one day am I just going to be able to sit in a crowd of people and be fluent in what I speak, be able to not worry about what I say, just say it and not care what people think? Can I really do that? Is that possible? Yes, it's possible. Yes, it's going to happen. Fact. And no, it doesn't always mean that it's gonna be really, really hard, and, you know, because everything is always so much harder in our labelled physical mind, self, being, aura, heart space, the lot, you name it. It's always harder when we think about it, but then when it comes and it happens, we face it and we overcome it, and it's just a breeze. But what I'm saying is the energy that's coming in is more of an ascension. The energy that's going to come from the Mayan sun, especially September's something's going to happen in September, all right, to do with the sun. I think I might have said this in another video, as well as COVID filtering out. It's going to be really, really significant. But what this means is, like, sometimes think about what you're worrying about and realise that when these downloads, these upgrades, these light codes, the native spirits coming in more, all of that, when that all happens, and September's significant in this, don't know why peace, but yeah, well, that's what they're saying. And that's what's coming as well, generally, like especially 2021 and 2022 is massive, like epic year. Oh man, I can't it's unimaginable. It's unimaginable to, it's hard to explain. But yeah, so just remember, all of these worries, you're going to get to a point where you're going to, when this happens, and there's going to be energies and stuff in September that, like I said, you're going to realise, oh my God, all of that wasted energy, all of the times where I thought, oh my God, I've got to face my dark side, I've got to pump through this, I've got to heal myself, but I've got to face my shadow, my darkest, I've got to dance in the mirror with my shadow and all that sort of stuff. To certain people, yeah, that might be something that they're going to go through, because they're not going to ascend when we ascend, and we are the key to them ascending. But it doesn't have to be as hard as what we make out or try, because think, if there's going to be when there's going to be all these downloads, upgrades and light codes and everything in our DNA, which we're going through, sometimes there's some, you know, stuff with our upgrades, we're a bit confused, or we're a bit fluttered and all over the place, because our DNA is being upgraded slowly up until the point where we're absolutely ascended. 12-stranded DNA means all of our superhuman gifts, you know, white telepathy, teleportation, moving things with our minds, like it's just absolutely heavenly, pristinely perfect, and it's just going to be an abundantly profound paradise that we live in. So that doesn't need necessarily much effort to the ascended ones, because you're already doing everything here now just by being. You are a light bulb that penetrates out all across the world like a golden ray of light that pulsates in our earth, out our earth, in the universe, and you're geometrically located for that. So sometimes doesn't mean that there's going to be mad effort in purging and all this purge. The last of our purging is going to be through sacred plant medicines anyway one day when we're ascending, and it's not even going to be that hard, because when our tribes actually physically come together, we're just going to, and we don't need to worry. So I've done a meditation and for this video about like letting go and going with the flow, and you know all that. I've just got given like this acronym. It spells no time, and I've got a little word for each one, and the divine clearly told me that's going to be involved in the video. And I do understand that everything should come through me, and I shouldn't need anything written down. None of us should really, but there is still putrid dark energy in this world, and dark energy does come in and gives me blockages like it does many other people. So yeah, like I would rather flow more, and if I get stuck, I don't want to get stuck, and I don't want to edit this video, because I don't edit nothing. It's all unscripted. It's just literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words. Yeah, no time. Like, yeah, 6 words. So yeah, I'm just gonna go into it. So yeah, basically I've already mentioned most of it, and this video is not going to be long. But yeah, just to try and glide with the energies that are coming, and that we don't need to necessarily like rush, because rushing it's not good, because we miss so many pure things. And when we're not in the moment, sometimes being in the moment doesn't mean we have to force ourselves necessarily all the time. Many things I put in Just Imagine is it outlines so much about letting go. I mean, my chapter 2 is called Letting Go. So yeah, and chapter 2, it starts like this. It's just imagine living in a world where all crushing mental health concerns and feeling lonely, sad or low can be finally seen and forever let go. And it can be effortless. It will be effortless. Living in a world where there is no past or present trauma, meaningless debate, miserable loss or lack of faith is to become our ongoing date. As this era comes whispering nearer, our destined fate is a world which lovingly consists in no constraints, no heartache, and of course, no complaints. The inner stillness of our sacred knowingness is going to be flawless. Letting go of who we think we know is how to walk the path of the wise warrior, not the wounded warrior. And then yeah, I'll go on a little bit about, yeah, it's interesting, that's page 7. But yeah. And yeah, and our childlike youth, childlike eagerness, our collective excitement, it's all coming, and we don't need to rush and go too mad about it. And just remember, like, sometimes it's much easier just to do one thing at a time. And if you get ideas and stuff that come off, just note it. And it's not hard. Like, letting go is easier. But what's happening, what I'm trying to make really clear, is that we don't need to be like, I have to let go. I have to remove my programming. I need to. The ascended ones, like many other low vibrational people, they're going to have lessons, and karmic justice is going to happen. Fact. But if you're resonating with this video, you're a highly ascended one, and the only reason why you don't realise it is because the dark energies are trying to suppress you. But every single day, especially from now, things are changing massively. So sometimes just you get the little insights, they'll start coming in, and you're just like, oh wow, that was easier. Oh, I worried about that, but then that happened. And then when you start realising that, oh yeah, I've got to do this today. And then you end up doing something different. But then when you reflect, and trying to reflect and journaling is so important. Just 1 page a day in a small journal, just write whatever comes out. And then you realise, oh my God, like you could have a to-do list. And then you realise in 4 or 5 days, you're like, you've done the to-do list, but you didn't realise, because the divine has orchestrated all of your being, your aura, your soul, your heart's connected to your mind without you even necessarily realising on the surface level, because our subconscious programming, our subconscious doesn't miss a thing, and it glides us through everything. So you don't need to always worry, is what I'm saying, And yeah, it's so much easier. And every single day there's miracles happening. Whether it's picking up on something that someone said and you're like, phew, and it's like more universal messages. Messages through people, through all sorts of things, like, I don't know, like the internet, if you watch any sort of TV, if you do, certainly through people, through reading something, through music, there's all these messages that are coming in, and if we glide with it, and if we're like, oh, I want to do this, but then we do something completely different, watch how it synchronizes around into being so much more better than what you could have even planned in the first place. Because the divine is so articulately intelligent, and I've tapped into these realms, and it blows my mind. I've had tears of ecstatic joy, profound peace, utter purity, huge elation just with me that comes out of me, because the artificial intelligence, that's terrible, the superhuman magnificence of our supernatural intelligence is unbelievable. And we don't always have to worry and try to do things. We don't have to try to wake people up. It will come naturally. So letting go is just much easier than trying to be in the moment, trying to do this. You be in the moment at many times, whenever, and don't forget, in our sleep and our dreams, and especially right now, even when we have a daydream, and imagine we're getting downloads, and our subconscious is doing it naturally. And one of the biggest things that I realised lately is, no matter how crippling my anxiety, my depression, my the labels, bipolar, ADHD, whatever it is, however it is, I know that I'm one of the best actors ever known in the world. So think of it like this: if you're the best actor ever known, like if you suffer from mental health concerns or anything, and you silently struggle in a world where you can't necessarily speak because the world's not ready, and it's ignorant, and they get awkward, all that. If you go through that, then you're one of the best actors ever known, because you're acting like beyond Grammy Awards or whatever it's called, the Oscars or whatever it is, and you're acting beyond that. So you're the best actor ever known. So if you can just literally just know that what you act like, whatever's inside doesn't matter, because if you're acting and you're putting on this act, slowly your act is going to become you, and your subconscious is doing that. It's like your acting is it used to be, especially now it's different, but you'll be acting like up here, always acting, always worried, in here worried, panicking, heart throbbing, sweating, and all that sort of stuff. Whatever it is in your job, with your family, your family neglecting you, rejecting you, not listening to you, and your acting's up there because you have to. But now our subconscious, where it's been down there and we haven't quite connected, and so think of this as your heart as well, and your mind, and it's going to interconnect with your throat chakra being in the middle, your third eye. There, it's mainly from here. It's mainly from your heart up. That's the ascended. That's going to be the main root of it. The root chakra and stuff. That's all already being planted like a root in you already. So that's That's not where we're at right now. So it's like the subconscious and the acting, it's just slowly going like this as we go away from June into July, and as we go further, and then in the end we're just heart, we're just love, and it's so much easier. This is what's coming, and letting go ain't that hard. It's really not. And yeah, so just trusting that you can slow down and it will just come, and naturally that we're just cruising into this. I said it before, it's like be gently swayed with the wind, slowly, nicely, elegantly, with perfect divinity and equanimity, because there's balance. We don't need to react to everything. If something really gets at you, it's going to be dark energy trying to get you, whether it's through people or, you know, so many people are getting me at the moment because I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. And then later the divine's like, no, they were a distraction. And this is what we're tapping into. And we basically just let it be. It's easy. And then having the intention. So you will achieve the best outcome anyway. And I mean, the meditation, I do lazy meditation, binaural beats just in my ears. Kelly Howell, literally anything you can think of, she does. At the moment I've got positive thinking, and it's just reprogramming in subconscious mind, subliminal beliefs. Binaural beats enhances the both activations of both sides of your brain. It could be theta, alpha, beta, delta. Normally sort of theta or alpha is a good range, theta being more into that deeper meditative space. And these binaural beats can can take years for people to meditate to that level, and you can just have it within 5 minutes. But when you do this, if you just set one intention, ask one question at the start, you'll get most, if not all, of your answer by the end. And that's how powerful the energies are at the moment. So yeah, mindfulness and the and just seeing it, seeing from above the mountain, not from within the tunnel, and the enlightenment is coming. And just to heal and love yourself. I think that's pretty much it for this video. It's just a reminder that we don't have to worry too much. It's all going to happen, and those that resonate with this, you're already geometrically located. The angels are smiling down because they know that all your worries are just going to be taken away soon. It's like I don't know, like a trickle of fairy dust, just like sort of oozing down over, and they're putting it through us. Archangel Gabriel he's battled through a lot through the dark, and he's here. He's so around right now. I'm not going to talk about any others as yet, but Archangel Gabriel, without a doubt. And so basically, no time, nowhere to be, nothing to do. You're already doing the work. And you're already doing the work in your sleep on the astral planes. So yeah, there really is no worries, and it is all going to be good. And if there has been some horrible heartache, pain, shame, blame, whatever it is in your life, this too shall pass. I get fed up of that saying but it's true, it does. In the end, it does. Everything is temporary in one way or another, apart from love and truth, obviously. So yeah, it's the same with worry and anxiety and apprehension and fear of what? If we apparently only live once, which we're soon going to find out a lot about that, and it's in this lifetime, then why would we worry about what people think? Why does it matter what we say? We're already protected by angels. Those certainly aligning with this video are certainly protected by angels. The dark can't do nothing. It's not gonna. They can't burn us at the stake this time. So it's all good. But yeah, much love and peace. And I'm not sure what my next video will be, but I'm just about to do it. I'm not quite sure. I'll see what comes out. Much love, purity. It's all coming. Let go with the flow. Much love.